Okay. Uh, Thank you, everybody, those who have joined. You're looking at Kamaldeep Kang. She is a dedicated trainer with expertise in soft skills, interview preparation, and IELTS coaching. She has coached students into top roles and trained professionals at companies like Hindustan Lever, ITC, Asian Paints, Cognizant, and Airtel. Her work with institutions such as IIMs, Chitkara University, Manipal University, and colleges like Ajay Kumar Garg, um, as a visiting expert in verbal ability and campus to corporate transitions, have contributed to numerous student success stories. And you will discover that Kamal is an expert in this area. And please feel free to ask questions and make this interactive. Over to you. Kamal, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Varsha. Thank you so much, girls. Since all of you are here together to discuss something about sales, so it would be nice if you guys, I know you people are working from home office and you are working also. If it is possible, maybe for 2 minutes, you can all turn on your camera so that we can connect with each other and I'll have a fair idea what exactly I'm teaching. To whom, especially. Yes, lovely, lovely, lovely. Meera, Sharda, and Nisha. So please, guys, tell me something about yourself. Meera would love to know about you.
Yeah, hi, Kamal. I'm Meera. I work as a agency associate partner with Axis Max Life Insurance.
Okay,
I'm into this for the last 14 years. So while I sell insurance plans and products, I'm also into recruitment. I'm building a team. So I've recruited 6 people.
oh,
So
lovely.
I'm looking to grow my team and also add more customers and sharpen my skills in sales. So that is the reason why I joined this cohort.
Lovely, Meera. It's good to have you here. It would be nice that if it is possible today,
Yeah.
the amount of interaction, so it's not going to be a one-sided conversation. It's going to be both ways. So it would be a
Yeah.
gentle request if you just be there in the session and turn on your cameras, we can learn a lot.
Yes.
Just
Just
then,
give me 5 minutes. I'll come back and turn on the camera. I'm just finishing some work. Okay. Five
Roger that.
minutes and
Got that.
thank you so
Yes.
much. Yes.
Nisha, hi. Good afternoon. How are you? You're on mute.
I'm all well. Thank you. Myself, Nisha. I have been into sales and marketing for 10 plus years and basically associated with various branches from education to banking to retail, but basically aligned to sales.
Okay.
My whole focus was on customer satisfaction, customer retention, loyalty, and selling of products and services. So post that, I started my own venture. I'm still into that, but the venture is more into consultancy right now. But since sales has been my passion and sales has been my profession for a long time, just want to get back into how things are working in the market. In today's
Scenario.
market and the current trends that's going on. So upscaling based on what is existing.
So I'm sure this particular session is going to help you a lot in a ways that you already know so many things. It's just going to upskill you.
Yeah,
Good
looking
to have
forward
you.
to it.
Yes, Nisha, again, a gentle request. If you can just keep your camera on, it would be a nice thing.
Yes, yes. Just around 3:30, I'll be switching off. Rest, it is fine.
Cool. Well, all well at 3:30. Cool. Nice. Yes, Payal Kapoor. Payal, may I know something about you, Payal?
Hi, Kamaldeep. Sorry, I'm in the office setup, so won't be able to switch on my camera. But great to be here in this cohort, learning lot of many things in my earlier session. Um, Actually, I'm new to sales, though I have a 10 plus years of experience in different industry setups and working with different teams. But sales is something which I've recently take up, and I am really looking forward to learn, the basics and how to be the best in this. So
Particular field. Yes. So what field are you in presently?
So I'm currently with Scholastic,
Okay.
which is a publishing firm.
Yeah.
We do a lot of activities for schools, students, and I'm an educational consultant for them.
Okay. Cool. Nice. Nice to have you here, Payal.
Thank you. Looking forward to learn from you.
I'm also looking forward to learn so many things from you all. Definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sharda. Sharda, are you there? All right. Ipshita Das. Ipshita Das.
Hi.
Hi.
So I'm also working from office, so can't turn on my camera. But to introduce myself, I have 8+ of experience, but in multiple domains. I started as a full stack developer, but later I pursued my passion for baking, and I did a diploma, and I worked as a head pastry chef for 4 years. I run the cloud kitchen. But then life happened and I couldn't go back to that job. So then I'm working in a startup currently in pre-sales and sales, marketing, like all over. I'm looking at.
No,
So I
love-
want to learn from basics, kind of. That's why I joined this sessions.
no, it's nice to have you here, Ispita. Great to have you here. So, Shruti, we have another person out here who's just joined us. Shruti Mittal, can you tell me something
Yes.
about yourself?
Yes, hi Kavaldeep, I'm Shruti Mittal.
And if it is
Um,
possible, can you turn on your camera?
I can turn it on for a short time, but since I'm in between, having my lunch, that's why. Okay. So basically, I have worked into different things. I am from a sales marketing background. I have worked for export firm for almost 10 years, and then I got married, and then I went on. Then I was a English trainer, English language trainer for a couple of years. And now I am developing myself as a soft skill trainer.
Lovely. That is nice. Soft skill
That is
trainer
what
is something which is very important these days, right?
yes, it is very important, and the Gen Z actually needs them.
Oh, yeah. I'm into corporate training for last 18 years. So I was very fortunate enough to work with companies like Cognizant, KPMG, Hindustan Unilever Limited, Asian
Okay, that's
Paints,
great.
ITC, been a part of Manipal University, interview
Great.
specialist, sales trainer, HR trainer, POSH training.
Mhm. That's
And
great, actually. I've just started actually into this. I was doing English communication and like IELTS training and TOEFL
yeah,
training,
yeah,
PT
same
and
here.
all those things. I started with that, and now I'm slowly venturing into soft skills because I've always been interested into that.
Oh, lovely. That is very nice. So first of all, good to have you girls out here. So I want everyone to have a nice notebook. Get a good notebook and please write down toolbox on it. That is very, very important. Toolbox. So get your notebooks. And why do I want you to write toolbox? Can anybody tell me that? Why do I want you to write toolbox?
Because these are the tools we'll be using.
Throughout your life.
Yes.
These are the tips and tricks which you will be needing all the time. Yeah. So everyone has their notebooks with them. You can just raise your hands. Yeah, Rajeshri, Manju, good to have you here. So before I start, I'll just show you a quick video. Watch that.
I didn't want to go through the people from here, but we took down food, I mean, fish for the college, we got it. Fun with his business, your days, with the side, from the number from the
Yes, girls. So what did you see here? What was the major thing which you saw out here?
I feel they really are enjoying their work. And when you enjoy your work, you don't feel like you are working. You are, it's fun to be at that place.
Absolutely. So guys, the most important, I would say, a characteristic for anything is your energy level. Your energy and your Josh plays a very important role, and especially for a profession like sales, where everyone is needed to interact with the audience in a bigger way. So write down the major. So first of all, the category should be the skills needed for any profession, come sales. So the most important thing, girls, is your passion. Your passion should be bang on. When I say passion, it should be able to showcase that whatever you're doing, you are trying to keep in mind that you love what you're doing. That should be there. So passion and Josh, the most important. Can anybody tell me what exactly are the skill set needed for sales?
Good communication.
Good communication skills. So along with that, also the phrases. Like, for example, we should never say myself. We should always say I am or my name is. Because myself is grammatically incorrect. So we should avoid that. So it is I am or my name is. Remember that. The second thing, I'm sure you guys will be aware of it, but I'm still saying this. The communication skills is very important. Along with that, the audience. Now, most of the sales professionals, what they do whenever an audience or maybe a customer asks certain things, they are in the same pace with the same, all kind of people. Now that has to change. Remember, audience is the guru. Audience is the one we have to please and persuade and convince. So audience play a very, very important role. Next, what exactly is needed? Along with that, we need structure. So you can write down this word. Structuring is very important. So whatever you are trying to say, remember the flow chart. What will come first, what will come second, and what will come third. That is a sequential form of speaking. Sequential form of speaking is very, 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 very important. Is it clear to everyone? Are you understanding?
Yeah.
Yes. Next thing which is very important is your neutral speed. So when I say neutral speed, it means you must be wondering why is she saying this. So neutral speed means, I'll give you with an example. If you go at 80 kilometers while driving, what will happen? You will only look at the first place. You will not be seeing left, right, center. But if you go a bit slow, between 45 to 55 kilometers, you will be able to see things around you. So remember, neutral speed matters a lot. For example, we all are connected with each other. Am I speaking fast? Or I'm speaking too slow? Yes, guys, I'm asking you a question. Girls, am I speaking too fast or am I speaking too slow?
I will
No,
say
it's
neutral,
fine.
not fast nor slow.
It's fine.
At a medium pace.
Exactly. So that is called the neutral speed, so that everyone is able to understand that. So neutral speed is a must. So first is your energy level, then focus on your audience, then focus on your sequential form of conversation. That is first, second, third, fourth. What will come first? What will come second? What will come third? And what will come fourth? So that is called sequence. That will start with the introduction first, and then you will say that why do you want, you should go for this, give me a reason for it, and then give me an example, and then end it. Remember, if you put it across in a sequence, the audience will be able to understand a lot of things. Along with that, what is important? Can anybody tell me this? What exactly are needed for sales? The soft skills.
Right, positive body language when we are speaking.
Positive body language, that plays a very, very important role. Yes. Now, when I say body language, what happens is that when you people start speaking, we have to anticipate that the customer is going to ask you question. Sometimes when they ask you question, we tend to get a bit aggressive also, and we tend to become defensive. So when we become aggressive and defensive, we tend to raise our voice a little. And when we raise our voice a little, it seems as you are not very comfortable answering those questions. So remember, it is very important to focus on anticipation that those people will ask you more questions. So yes, you don't have to get overly aggressive. Focus on your body language. Remember, your face, your eye contact, and your body language should be in similar line. Sometimes what happens that whatever we are speaking, we don't believe in that, but we have to believe in it. Along with this, we need problem-solving skills. Along with this, we need empathetic skills. We should put ourselves in their shoes and find out what exactly the customer is looking forward to. Negotiation skills. Compassionate skills. So these are few soft skills which we all have to look into it. And the most important is the product and the industry knowledge. I remember the other day I'd gone to see a car, and my husband is a car enthusiast. So when he started asking the questions to the salesperson, he was not able to answer certain questions. So my husband was the one who filled in the details for him. So it's very important to focus on the industry knowledge and the product knowledge. Know it on your tips and believe in it. That is very, very important. Now, remember all of you that the distraction limit of a human being is just 8.25 seconds. So make sure that whatever you're trying to say, use concise method, 2 minutes, maximum 3 minutes to explain that. And do not be only one person speaking. Keep asking questions. Keep the audience involved. That is very essential. Is it clear to everyone? And
Yes.
you don't use fillers like actually, basically, or like. Why? Because first of all, it will lower the quality of your sentences. Secondly, whatever you want to say, your content will be lost somewhere. So focus. So what I will want you to do, all of you, is prepare those answers. Write down those answers. Keep a notepad with you always. And then keep mentioning all the pointers. Always keep a notepad with you where you write down the bullet words and then expand it. Very essential. Just don't rely over here. Just keep writing it. Now, girls, what is the difference between traditional selling and hybrid selling? This is a hybrid selling class. So what is the difference? And the most important question I want to ask you is, why sales? Why do we have sales in a company? What is the need for that? Why are sales critical to any business? Anyone who can tell me? Yes, girls, I'm asking you.
Any business, they are either generating in terms of product or services.
Mhm.
So those product and services, I mean, in order to monetize those product and services that you want your business to do, you need to sell. Only
Right.
when you sell, you monetize that business.
Then only, yes, true that. So guys, remember that revenue generation is very important for every company. If there are no sales, no revenue, that means no business. So the number one point, please keep making notes. Revenue generation is very important. The second is higher sale means more resources. So with increased revenue, a company can invest in new products, expand into new markets, hire more employees, and upgrade infrastructure. So growth and expansion takes place if we sell. Number third is market validation. Consistent sales prove that market wants your product or service. Especially if I have to give you an example of Maggi noodles. Most of us love that. Am I right? So remember, the more the product is in demand, that means the market needs it. The third point is market validation. Number four, it is sustainability and stability, because it provides money for rent, salaries, supplies, development, and innovation. So the fourth point is sustainability and stability. Along with that, marketing and advertising, investor returns. So these are 4-5 things which is needed. Number fifth is investment and valuation. It increases your stakeholders and company's health by its sales performance. Is it clear? Strong sales increase company valuation, attract investors, and improve stock prices if possible. Yeah. So I'm sitting at my workstation, so I'm trying to get all my notebooks with me. And the sixth point is, all of you should know, is that direct interaction with the customers gives us insights on customer needs. What are the pain points? What are the market trends? So for example, if you think about Honda's previous generation cars, generation 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, they were that particular material of that car was very thin, the body of the car. But with the customer insights, it was able to come up with a different model in the form of generation 5. So that was only possible with the customer's insights. Is it clear? Are you able to understand? Cool. Nice.
Yeah, yes.
Now, what can be hybrid selling? Can anybody tell me what is hybrid selling?
It's basically a blend of like, in today's world, no,
Yeah.
selling does not just take place face to face or physically with one another.
Huh.
It is also done on digital platforms wherein you are engaging your customers indirectly.
Yes.
So what I believe is hybrid selling is a blend of these two,
True that.
means
So,
face to face as well as digitally getting involved with your customers.
yes, absolutely. So I'll just give you a few pointers out here. You can just write it down. It is a mix of digital, remote, online, and traditional in-person sales techniques. It is a combination of both. And it has become the most strategic approach in model sale organizations. Why? Because now the buyer keeps changing their behavior. And the buyers are now researching online before talking to the salespeople. And most of them prefer digital interactions over face-to-face. Hybrid selling also meets buyers where they are, offline or online. That is very important. Then it has a greater reach and flexibility. We are able to have broader markets and remote customers. For example, if you take the example of Blinkit, how many of you know what Blinkit is? Yes, Nisha. So recently on Blinkit, I got a message that you will get in 10 minutes your favorite grocery items in Shillong. So I was quite happy to know that it is reaching out to different people, places. So this is the need of hybrid selling. Are you understanding, girls?
Yes.
So it increases your efficiency and productivity, so that with this, you will be having virtual meetings, which will reduce your travel time and cost. Along with that, you can also use your CRM tools, automation, and AI streamline. So it is a combination of sales as well as technology. Yes, cost optimization is also there. Instead of traveling, we will reduce by connecting with each other through virtual meets. And remember, field sale is expensive. Now, hybrid selling can also respond faster and more personally. Please keep making this note. It enables personalization at scale. For example, CarrotLane.com and Bluestone.com. They're able to connect with the customers by sending people to their places, the sales representatives, and also giving them the opportunity to come to their stores. So, what are the major objectives of hybrid selling? I'll just put it for you in the chat box. So you can just make a note on that. Yes, Sharda, they bring in money. That is absolutely true. Yes, girls, I posted it on the group, the objectives of hybrid selling. Everyone can see that?
Yes.
Yes, so please make a mental note of that. So let's continue with the sessions. Just a minute. Give me a minute, please, girls. So all of you know what is a stakeholder. Can anybody tell me what is a stakeholder? Who are stakeholders? What kind of stakeholders are there? Yeah.
The one who takes the decision.
Okay, the one who takes the decision. So how many kinds of stakeholders are there?
Investors,
Investors. Okay. What else?
founders of the company,
Founders of the company. All right. What else? So write it down. Stakeholders are individuals or groups that have an interest or are affected by the activities and outcomes of the organization. Written. So there are two kinds of stakeholders, internal and external. There are two kinds of stakeholders, internal and external. Internal includes employees, managers and executives, board of directors, shareholders or owners, trade unions. And external includes customers, suppliers, partners and collaboration, government regulatory bodies, community and society, financial institutions. So this is the need of stakeholders. If anyone who wants me to repeat it, or is it clear? Is it clear to everyone?
Yeah.
Cool. So that is the need of the stakeholders. Yeah. So let's start with it. Yes. So remember that when we were in the yesteryears, in the primitive years, what used to happen? The demand always used to precede the supply, and therefore there was no need to do any effort to sell your products. But now it has changed. Yes, now there is a progress. Oh, sorry. Give me a minute. Okay. I think I pressed the wrong button. Yeah. So earlier it used to be like demand used to precede the supply, and therefore there was no need to do any effort to sell one's product. But now there is a progress in society. Production is no longer carried on a small scale, but on a bigger scale. And it all started way back in early 20th century by Ford. Even one product is produced not by one producer, by several producers. Yes, the competition has increased, such as in cotton textiles, Levi's, Lee, Roadster. These are all different brands of jeans which are now there. So competition is very important. It also results in overproduction and competition among the producers. True that. So now the customer is considered as the king of the market. Agreed or disagree? So the producer follows different steps one by one so as to persuade the consumers to buy his product that will give him satisfaction, which is a need. So remember, earlier the selling process used to be very simple. Now it has become more of online as well as traditional. So this is how the things have changed. Along with that, there is a lot of competition in the market. Along with that, there is a lot of demand. So it has become a fusion of customers' needs, your production needs, and how you have to sustain in the market. Now, hybrid selling is the modern sales approach that combines sales method, channels, and technologies to engage with customers. For example, they believe in traditional in-person interactions as well as with digital, remote, or virtual selling techniques, allowing sales teams to adapt to the preferences and needs of the customers. So, for example, can anybody give me some examples of hybrid selling and traditional selling? Anyone? So in traditional selling, what is there? We are having more of in-person with direct interactions with brick and mortar, that is the shops, offices, or showrooms.
Like, for example, like earlier, we used to go to the Kirana store to buy a particular product,
Yeah,
say grocery. But now, like with the introduction of Blinkit, Big Basket, and whatnot, Zepto, and
yes.
X number of digital platforms, now consumers have started buying without being in person for those Kirana stores.
Absolutely. And I'll give you one more example, Titan watches. Earlier, it was before the rise of e-commerce, Titan primarily sold watches in the shops. Now you can visit the store on virtually also, look for a particular model, and then just go to your store also and check it, right? Now,
Even in WhatsApp also, they started giving this Titan status. I mean, the store managers have used their status for selling the products of Titan.
and
That's
nowadays,
another new way,
WhatsApp become a very strong
medium of selling.
approach. It's a very important medium these days. So whenever you order something, they'll send you a message on the WhatsApp, and they'll keep sending you messages of the further sales also. So how important hybrid selling has become. And if you remember, we used to always go and see a car, go for a car and go for a car drive. Physically, we had to go to the showrooms. But nowadays, what happens? Based on the virtual platforms and apps, Maruti Suzuki offers you to see that particular car, understand what exactly are the features of it. You can book your test drive online, and then that person can come and show to you at your home. So this is the need of hybrid selling. This is the importance of hybrid selling, right? So this has, and it has also increased their flexibility and convenience. You can write down this word, flexibility and convenience. For example, nowadays, JioMart, you can order groceries online also, and you can also go to the local store to buy that. With hybrid selling, it has also increased your customer reach. You're able to reach out to different people, especially remote. For example, if you think about, talk about Flipkart. How many of you know about Flipkart? Now, Flipkart is trying to reach out to all tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 cities in a big way. Earlier, nowadays, what was happening that most of the apps and most of these e-commerce platforms are just focusing on the metro and the tier 1, maximum tier 2 cities. But now they're trying to reach out to every corner of your country. So that is the big thing about selling. Now, this is the importance of hybrid selling. So remember, it is a blend of digital, remote, and virtual selling techniques, allowing sales teams to adapt to the preferences. Yes, depending on the need of the hour, we are focusing on hybrid selling. Now, this leads to a big market. For example, Tata Motors, they use online platforms to showcase the vehicles' features through virtual showrooms and in-person test drives, which is very important, to reach out to customers across urban and rural areas. Because of that, the travel and the operation costs have gone down while maintaining a high-touch customer service. Similarly, Asian Paints. It integrates virtual color consultations with in-person services for seamless customer support. Now, remember this, guys. Asian Paints work very closely with the customer and its preference and try to give them what they need. Most of these Asian Paints factories are closer to the service points where they can just give those paints immediately to please the customers. So Asian Paints are quite a customer-centric company. Now, It also offers a lot of flexibility to customers who can choose between in-person meetings and digital engagements, which is very important. Now, the other example is ICICI Bank. It provides a mix of in-branch services and virtual assistance, enabling customers to manage their accounts efficiently. Similarly, now it is also called data-driven insights. For example, Zomato uses digital analytics to track user behavior on its app. Through that, what kind of food do they like? For example, the other day sometimes you love to eat outside. So I was going through this particular app, and based on what I generally buy, it started giving me those preferences and promotions. And it gave me a big insights what exactly I need to eat. I came to know about new restaurants, new dishes, and it was also pocket friendly because it was noticing my choosing of the restaurants in a big way. So yes, digital touchpoints provide valuable data for better understanding. Similarly, hybrid selling also focuses on adaptability. Maruti Suzuki launched the Suzuki Connect platform, combining online bookings, virtual vehicle tours, which is very important these days, and doorstep services to sustain sales during lockdowns. Now, it also improved your conversion rates. Now, there's an app called Tata Click that employs a hybrid model by Tata Click is a luxury brand. It focuses on high-end brands. So it employs a hybrid model by combining online shopping with premium in-store experiences. So they can also explore products digitally and then look for the availability next to their houses and even book personalized shopping appointments. Because of this, the integration of online convenience with personalized in-store consultation has boosted customer confidence and purchase rates, especially for high-value items like luxury clothing and jewelry. And personally, guys, I've used Tata Click. It's a fantastic app. You come to know so many things in the market. And the best thing is when I was scrolling through it, I realized that that was my perception that it's a high-end brand. Hopefully I should get something what I am looking for, but it has for everyone. That's a very good thing. That's a customer who's saying that. Now, what are the real examples of hybrid selling? Reliance Retail. Yes, they also approach this e-commerce platform JioMart and physical stores. You can pick up orders online and pick them up at stores or have them delivered at your homes too. Mahindra and Mahindra, they believe in virtual reality. They showcase tractors and farming equipment while engaging with the farmers through on-ground events. This dual approach, for example, when they are showcasing farming equipments, they have to keep in mind the audience, that is the farmers. So this kind of dual approach addresses both tech savvy as well as traditional customer segments. So it is very important that though we are saying that hybrid selling is very important these days, but we cannot forget the traditional selling too. That also plays a very important role because there are people who are still having a traditional mindset, but they also want to upskill themselves. So we have to cater them in a big way and a very sensible way, in a very sensitive way. Now, Flipkart Connect combines digital marketing campaigns with community-based events to engage customers in semi-urban and rural areas, enabling trust and accessibility. HDFC Life Insurance. Now, HDFC uses hybrid selling by integrating online insurance calculators and virtual meetings for policy explanation. Lenskart, I'm sure you might be aware of it. Lenskart offers you online checking of the specs based on your shape. They tell you that, okay, get your face closer to the camera. They'll click your face, and then whatever specs you will wear, they will use that particular face as a reference and tell you whether it is suitable or not. Supposedly, you're not satisfied, you can also go and see it in the store. So there are two ways now. The companies are going in a big way to please the customer, because at the end of the day, a company needs to sustain itself, have good revenue, and should be able to go with what the customer needs. Is it clear so far?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So what have you all decided? What all have you learned so far? Yeah.
I think a lot about the hybrid selling.
You are learning and you're making notes.
Yeah.
So keep making notes, and if need, click the pictures. Keep clicking pictures, guys. Just a minute, I was just trying to get the, yeah, got it. Yeah. So here we have reached the weight and data-driven, improved. Along with that, lens cut. Now, what are the challenges generally? Can anybody tell me what are the challenges hybrid selling faces? Now, the first is that they generally go for purchase, they go online and they complete it offline, vice versa. But sometimes the information which they generally get is challenging. Like Chroma, an electronic retailer, sometimes have difficulty in aligning its online and offline promotions. Definitely, there will be a little bit of glitches out there. So customers sometimes, I'll give you another example. We need to buy a refrigerator. And recently we wanted to buy one. What has happened? I've straight away, one person wants, you want to go on Amazon. Okay, fine. You start seeing certain models on Amazon, but then those models are not available physically. The things also comes up. There is a lot of gap in that. So people who literally are tech savvy, they can actually see it on Amazon. But 90% of the customers need to see the fridge, feel the fridge, what exactly they're looking for. So yes, the most important is understanding what exactly you want to buy and your database. Most of the things which are available on Amazon is also based on what customer prefers. But we also have to keep in mind that there are a lot of customers who have different kind of ideas and desires. So everything cannot be fulfilled. For example, the brand has, if you talk about Shopper Stop, I'm sure you must be aware of Shopper Stop.
Yeah.
Shopper Stop has a loyalty program called First Citizen, which generally tracks the online and offline behavior. But the syncing of the data sometimes is very difficult. For example, a frequent in-store buyer cannot see those personalized online recommendation or applicable loyalty points. So because of that, mixed cross-sell opportunities and customer satisfaction with reward redemption is a major thing. So now they have started responding in customer data platforms, unify user profiles across touch points. Similarly, Decathlon. How many of you are aware of Decathlon?
Yeah. We
Yes.
do a lot of shopping. Yeah.
So most of the challenges a customer, you might have also experienced, because I have experienced it a bit. A customer add items to their cart online, expecting to pick it up from the nearby store. The selected store may not have the real-time inventory visibility, leading to stockouts when the customer arrives. So what was the impact? Drop in conversions, especially during peak seasons and sales. So what did Decathlon do to improve that? They focused on click and collect system with real-time inventory sync and mobile notification. So remember, everything what we are doing is we are facing these problems. So remember, though we are having these problems, we have to also look for the solutions. Yes, the next is maintaining product availability across channels. Like what I just said, synchronizing inventory between digital platforms and physical stores can lead to stockouts and overstocking. For example, Decathlon India encounters issues when online or specific sports gear. So now they are focusing on click and collect system, which will help them to focus on real-time inventory and mobile notifications. As one of you girls had just said, that WhatsApp has become an excellent platform for that. Yes, WhatsApp gives you lots and lots of promotions. And if you are a customer of a particular product from a particular company, they'll keep sending you messages. Now, the next thing, which is a major channel for hybrid selling, is customer miscommunication. Yes, that is also a very big thing. For example, miscommunication between sales teams and customers can lead to dissatisfaction. Like Zivame is a big lingerie brand. And generally the complaints, we all are women, we must have faced it in some way or the other, is the online consultations. Because the different sizing advice is given to them. And remember one thing, every brand will be having a different sizing measurements. So that kind of consultations, even I felt, is a bit less online. So this inconsistency definitely leads to a lot of customer dissatisfaction. For example, Lenskart. If you have heard about this company, Lenskart, they sometimes, the customers book home eye checkups. They prescribe prescriptions that sometimes differ from the physical stores. So this was a big issue in whatever eye problem they had. So this lead to a lot of confusion which particular prescription was accurate. So, and this also we got a doubt over their quality and return of incorrect lenses. So what has Lenskart done to improve that? It has upgraded its training, standardized test protocols, and included prescription verification through a second opinion system. So remember, all of us are going to face these problems, but how you tackle them, that is very important. So remember, believe in Kanban and Kaizen. How many of you believe in this Kanban and Kaizen? What do you know about that? Kanban and Kaizen. So girls, this is called the Japanese technology, wherein we keep improving ourselves to be better. So if you notice these cars like Honda, Toyota, these cars always believe in this policy, keeping in mind what the customer needs, upskilling themselves according to the needs, also be technologically wise. So Toyota always believe that whatever the customer needs, we have to customize according to them. That is why those people are still at the top. So write down this word, Kanban and Kaizen, and we should also utilize this particular technology in our own life. This is a very good approach. And Varsha knows that we and I have been today since morning, and I will share with you girls that this particular sales training PowerPoint presentation, which I had made this many months, 3-4 months back. So yesterday, literally, I was sitting, going through slide by slide, changes, whatever is needed for the latest. So remember, always keep improving, always keep assessing yourself and upskilling yourself. And that is a very important part of any profession.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, that is the differentiator. How quickly you can update and be, more relevant in the current time.
Exactly, Varsha. And right now, yesterday, when I was spending literally 2 hours on every slide and literally redid everything again.
Cutting it too close, but yeah, looks great.
I hope girls, you're able to understand now.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, the next point, which is very important, is the resistance to technology adoption. Yes, that is a very big thing. Now, if you go to a smaller city or maybe in a metro city also, most of us, we don't like technology, especially the older generations. They still feel that they will be duped because of that. So they still prefer the traditional approach. For example, even my own father, he would never love to go to the ATM and take out money. He would love to go to the bank and get the money out of there. So yes, this is also a major hindrance that most of us do not prefer traditional, the latest approach. We all favor the traditional approach. Do you agree or disagree, girls?
I think in this also it's kind of hybrid. I don't think it's 50-50.
No, Espita, it is there, but still people don't prefer that. Yes, you're right, 50-50, but still people don't prefer that, Espita. Any other example you can give where technology is a big no-no, Espita?
I think in Kolkata, my uncles, they still prefer to go morning and buy the groceries. They go on to buy the veggies, fish, especially fish and meat, and then come home.
Yes. And now also where I stay, so I come from a defense background, girls. So I stay in an army accommodation out in Noida, Delhi, Noida. So where I stay, I see all these army officers walking early in the morning with the bags, buying things and coming back. I hardly see anyone coming to their place, maybe from Blinkit or Zepto or Zomato. No. I believe in my house, it comes more. So that is the Technology resistance.
In Bangalore to ma'am, it is just like every corner people are so used to this technology that they have forgotten all the the traditional system.
Exactly. And I somehow feel that when we used to walk early in the morning, that was good for our health also. So, for example, we have resistance to technology adoption. That's a major thing. For example, State Bank of India, they introduced digital relationship managers to assist them with the online banking requests. But again, as expected, older customers were very hesitant. So there were a few who did that, but majority of them were hesitant towards that. Now, the most important is balancing rural and urban strategies, which has become the major thing. Now, hybrid selling needs to cater to diverse markets, which is very important. But rural areas have their own mindset, and also they have limited digital penetration. For example, Godrej Appliances promoted hybrid models where rural customers would order online via agents. But limited internet access and the need for personal interaction slowed down the adoption, impacting rural sales growth. Similarly, girls, Mahindra and Mahindra, agri-equipment sales. So challenge was urban customers engage online with virtual demos and financing tools, while rural buyers prefer on-ground trials. They want to check it and face-to-face interactions. They believe in that. So example, Mahindra has launched a digital tractor showroom platform and offered remote consultations, but in many rural areas, poor connectivity was the major issue. So this impacted them a lot. So rural dealers reported slower adoption and limited lead conversions. So this is a major drawback. Now, managing delivery logistics, this also plays. Now, before I talk about this particular thing, so what did Mahindra do over here? So Mahindra began integrating village level demos events. They gave, like one of you just said, WhatsApp support and dealer assistant bookings to bridge that gap. So remember, everyone is going to fix that gap so that you get optimum conversions. Ultimately, the final goal is how to get better customer base. Now, the next thing which is very important is managing delivery logistics. Why do you think it is important? Now, how many of you use Myntra? I'm sure everybody must be using it.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
used that.
But during delivery delays, that is during the peak sales, customers often opt for store pickups, right? Overcrowded is there. Sometimes the delivery is late. Sometimes that person doesn't reach on time, etc., etc. Many problems comes up. So managing delivery logistics is a major concern. Now, guys, higher customer expectations for speed. Yeah. Now, just generally this, we feel that if it is a hybrid model, then it will be picked up easily, sent to you quickly. And this gives unnecessary pressure on the teams to deliver it consistently. For example, if you're aware of this company called Pizza Hut, no, Domino's Pizza, they used to deliver this pizza within 30 minutes. Okay. 30 minutes, the delivery is yours. The pizza we'll deliver. But sometimes there used to be an unexpected delay. And if they said that if it is a delay, we'll deliver it to you free. But that was something which was not a very practical move. Am I right? So they started working on this. The tagline was a very attractive one. So they started giving disclaimers. If this happened, it's okay. Some other disclaimer, if it is a traffic block, I believe that you can understand. So there were other excuses the company started giving in. So remember, girls, that whenever we have to deliver hybrid, the most important thing which we have to keep in mind that the team will always have that pressure. For example, Blinkit nowadays. Earlier, the Blinkit used to say that they will deliver you in 10 minutes. But slowly, I started noticing that they have increased their delivery time. I don't know, but in Delhi, Noida, it has come like that. I don't know about your cities, but what do you have to say on this? The delivery time has increased or decreased?
It's kind of same. Like it's better than Instamart or Big Basket for sure.
But Ismita, haven't you noticed that they have increased the time Earlier it used to be 7 to 8 minutes. Now at least it's gone from 10 to 12 minutes sometimes.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah.
Yeah, because of all this, because the pressure was there a lot and they were not able to fulfill that. So to counterattack that, they started widening the delivery period.
The funniest part, what I felt is about Myntra. I mean, it's just off the topic that they also have this 10-minute or something like, 1 hour delivery.
Huh.
Means if you order a product and if it is available with the vendor, it will come to you in an hour.
It's true. And nowadays, they've also started mentioning that that particular vendor is just 1.5 to 2 kilometers away from you. So it will be delivered this time. So they
Yes, yes.
started even putting it across like that.
And even means it started in clothing, which is very funny to me.
Yeah, and literally, Nisha, the other day I was wondering, I said 1.5 kilometers, there's a shop. I can't remember any. I can't even think of any shop like that. So literally, I was thinking about it. What particular shop is he getting it from? So those kind of ideas. Sometimes that message also confuses you. Rather, it amuses me.
True. So it amused me. I said, now this has become like a grocery store.
True that. Absolutely. Yeah. So guys, so the pressure is always there. So speed. So Apollo Pharmacy generally combines online medicine stores with in-store pickups. But sometimes with the mismatched expectations, pickup times lead to customer dissatisfaction, especially for urgent orders. So remember that high customer expectations for speed is a big thing. So now if you remember, I told you recently that keep your speed at a neutral one. Not it should be between 45 to 55. But here the customer expecting that you will come at 85 kilometers per hour. That was the difference. Yeah. Now, for example, limited cross-channel support. Now, this is a big thing. Now, most of the inconsistent customer support across channels can harm brand reputation. For example, Flipkart. I'll give you another example when I come to BizBasket. So Flipkart customers selecting pickup from store through kiosk or third-party outlet sometimes faced staff unawareness or unavailability of packages. What was the issue? Support agents on the app gave different information than what was known to physical pickup points. What was the impact? Wasted customer time, order cancellations, and poor ratings. That's a major thing. So what did Flipkart do on that case? It integrated the real-time pickup trackings and added store staff training modules for fulfillment handling. So they started working on in a bigger way. Similarly, BigBasket also offers online grocery delivery, but struggles sometimes with offline customer support, yes, at the collection centers. And they generally complained about a lack of coordination between online orders and physical location. That is a major thing. Now, yesterday, I remember, I'll give you a small example. I can bet you all can relate with that. So yesterday I ordered something from Blinkit and by mistake I had put, there are 3 addresses on it and I mistakenly put another message which was not to be put, the address. So I became, I panicked. I said, where will this particular thing go? So what I did, I just remembered, think for a minute, what can you do? So I rang up the guy who was supposed to deliver that stuff to me. And I told him that I need to cancel this. He said, wait, I will give you a call. I'll get that call arranged. Then you can cancel. Sure enough, he did that and I was able to cancel. So sometimes it is your quick decisions also then can lead to a lot of good things. Do you agree or disagree? And sometimes you don't even, sometimes even you don't get these customer care support numbers nowadays. Like for example, WhatsApp doesn't have any customer care support. So where to connect with them?
But actually, this customer care support is little dicey also these days with so much of spamming. That you connect to a Blinkit customer care, it will go to some other person, and there you, if you, God forbid, if you fall prey of that scam, then gone.
Nisha, and the major thing is that you don't have a customer care support for Blinkit except for the help.
Yeah,
Chatbot.
but if you see online, if you just write customer care Blinkit, you see a lot of numbers that will come up. And people who are unaware of the fact of that there is no customer care support, they tend to call up these numbers and then they fall prey of it. And I've known from many some uh, very close acquaintances who have fallen prey of this customer support.
And that is, I'm also a latest victim of WhatsApp scam. So one of my
Oh, dear.
relatives got her WhatsApp spammed, and she sent me a message impersonating my cousin. And in between, I sent him the WhatsApp code. This is how my WhatsApp was hacked.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So I've just gone through that ordeal recently. All right, guys. The most important is cost of maintaining physical and digital infrastructure. Yes, this is a big challenge, because here you want to maintain both digital tools and physical setups, which can be costly. For example, Tata Click. I'm giving the example of Tata Click. It invested significantly in premium online platform for luxury and electronics, while its parent group like Westside and Chroma continued operating large offline. Issue was high cost of maintaining inventory synchronization, warehousing, and parallel marketing efforts for both channels is very important. So the impact was slower profitability and pressure to optimize backend systems. So what did Tata Click did? So it shifted to phygital model, leaning more on store pickups and integrating store inventories into the online system to reduce warehouse costing. Remember, ultimately, a company doesn't want to have a big hole in their pockets. They will try to have those kind of resources wherein they also get profits. Ultimately, the profitability variability that matters a lot. Maybe you're selling it for this much, but at least you should be able to make profits. So this is how a company is working on Kanban and Kaizen process to upskill themselves to create more optimum platforms for themselves, because nowadays technology is here to stay. So how to use that optimally is now on companies' prerogative. Yeah. So the next thing, which is very, very funny, is overwhelming data management. Can anybody tell me what does this mean? So it means that collecting those data from multiple touch points, that is also very essential. For example, Nykaa. It operates at both e-commerce platforms and it also has physical stores across India. Integrating the data from online browsing, app engagement, offline store purchases, loyalty program usage, and return behavior. You have to create a database. Because of this, the fragmented personalization, yes, they were short of proper personalization information. There was a little bit of inconsistency on inventory predictions and the marketing inefficiencies. So what did Nykaa do in this such a case? They invented CDP, guys, Customer Data Platform, and AI-based analytics to unify data for customer 360-degree profiling and demand forecasting. Yes, demand forecasting is very important. So remember, this is a part of operations. Demand forecasting helps you to understand what exactly is the customer preferences, what was in the past, what is in the present, what all things they have to keep in mind. For example, if you would have seen Haldiram's, they believe a lot in forecasting. And during the Diwali or any major festivals, they come up with certain packets, maybe Son Papri, at a very big scale. Why? Based on the customer satisfaction and the data that what has been there for that particular product. So yes, your information plays a very, very important role. Am I right, girls? Any other example which you would like to give me?
Yeah, I also had a personal bad experience. Once on Amazon, there was a sale on this Saregama Carva Mini. So I
Okay.
wanted to gift it to my mother for her birthday. So we placed an order. I think they got too many orders and they were not able to control the orders which were coming in. My product never got delivered. And then I asked them for a refund and I continued with the customer care, following up with the customer care for a few months. It never happened. Even to this day, I have not been, refunded that amount. It is just lost.
I believe it got lost somewhere.
Yeah, that's one bad experience I had. Yes.
And now you realize that how important data is. It helps
Yeah.
us focus on what exactly the customer needs.
Yeah.
So next is personalizing experience at a bigger scale. So for example, through digital and in-person challenges can be both challenging. For example, Fab India. I'm sure everybody is aware of what is Fab India. Fab India is a big store, right? And it's sometimes I feel it is overpriced, but it's nice. So it blends online orders with offline customization for ethnic wear. But sometimes the personalized consultations for multiple customers across regions can come to delays and limited scalability because the amount of products they use, the different things which they use is always a bit limited, I feel. Do you agree with it?
Yeah, I think that is there. In fact, they have limited staff also. That is what I feel. Like go to any fab store, you won't find that many staff also.
True that. And the worst part is when you go there, you find such different things out there, but then you realize, oh, this is all overpriced. I find it quite overpriced. How many of you find Fab India overpriced?
Yeah, I've never bought from there. I think only twice I've been to their store. Maybe if in a mall, I just roam around, I just go there maybe.
And
I'll tell you very frankly, I think we are not the customers. Indians are not their customers. Their main customers are people who are like, who are tourists, basically.
because somehow I find the prices are so steep out there that even if you want to buy a mug for yourself, you'll be, oh my God, why would you like to spend 2,500 on that? And the same thing, you get it from another place, the same material and the same everything, you'll get it at a cheaper price.
Yeah. And if you're staying in Delhi, Gurgaon, I am sure you'll feel the difference all the more. In Bangalore, at least, you have 2, 3 stores like that. I feel that they are overly priced. One is Chumbak. Chumbak being a very
Yes.
neat brand. Another is India Circus. That's
Yeah.
another brand that is very niche. I mean, only people who like, just want to get into that, okay, am buying purchase from here and this is what I purchased and
Yeah.
are happy. If they are sensible, I should not say that. If they are price conscious, I think that is not the right place to go.
Chumbak is after Fab India is very expensive. And I keep wondering why people buy this. Seriously, you're absolutely right. All right.
But
The next,
however, if you see the fluorescent prints that is there in Chumbak, you will not find it anywhere. Even if you go to the northern India also, where fluorescent colors are used so much, there also you will not find those kind of prints that is available in Chumbak. That is
true.
there. I mean, you do for Chumbak, at least I will not say they have some category where they have some products which are unique. But if you see India Circus, if you see other brands also, Fab India, as you said, they all have this problem. I mean, from price points. So I don't think so. They cater to the middle class or the generic class. They are mostly for niche customers.
True. Absolutely right. I agree with you on that. But still selling like hotcakes, I would say. I don't know how, but they are.
No, but their quality is no doubt, no doubt. I mean, you cannot match. It's unmatched.
Same with Fab also. The other day, I went to see a dining table out there and I fell in love with that. But it was so highly priced that I didn't have that energy to go and buy that. And I
Yeah,
said,
and with so many options in the market, then if the consumer or the customer is uh, looking into the price as well, then I think it makes the decision little easy to move out from these places.
true that. But then one has to be a bit sensible while buying that, I feel. Because then there's no end to wine, I feel.
Correct.
All right. So the next is competitive pressure in e-commerce, which is very important. Nowadays, there's so much of a competition. And the classic example, while I'm talking to you all, I got a message from the dealer to buy the fridge. But he doesn't know that I've also got other options, e-commerce platforms and other places to see. So the competition is huge these days. Like, for example, Vijay Sales, a consumer electronics retailer, struggle to compete with online giants like Amazon. Yes, and that's a big thing. Vijay Sales is also not everywhere. So definitely it creates a lot of challenges for that. Now comes the most interesting point, inventory and stock flexibility, which is called one piece and third party. So what is 1P and third party channels? Generally, it is for the Amazon. So a 1P seller is generally the wholesale models where you provide by Amazon, and inventory is controlled by Amazon, and customer service and fulfillment handled by Amazon. On the other side, 3P sellers, it believes in a basic retail pricing. Basic tools provide unless paying for more, set prices, inventory management, fulfillment, and customer service is on the seller. So guys, just write down the meaning of all this. So the first party seller and the third party seller, they both are used in context with e-commerce platforms like Amazon, Walmart, and others. First party seller is the brand or the manufacturer sell its product wholesale directly to the retailer or platform such as Amazon. The platform Amazon then sells the product to the customers. If you're a manufacturer of shoes and Amazon buys 1,000 pair of wholesale price and sell them as ships from and sold by Amazon. What are the advantages of that? More stable, large volume orders, and Amazon handles retail pricing, inventory, customer service, and shipping. Products may appear more trustworthy, sold by Amazon. What are the disadvantages? You will not have control over the pricing, slower process to update listing or promotions, and Amazon may undercut prices or control product narrative. And what are third-party seller? It is a brand or an individual which sells directly to customers via the platform marketplace like Amazon. They are the bigger party people. The brand or the seller sells you directly. For example, there's a brand of specs called Perky. They sell it directly on Amazon. Then examples are, you sell shoes on Amazon under your own store name. It might be shipped from and sold by your brand name, which is very important. What is the pros of this? Full control over pricing, promotions, and branding. Faster reaction time to market changes. Higher margins. But what are the disadvantages? You handle the customer service. So there are two kinds of customer service. One is fulfillment by the Amazon, and the second one is fulfillment by the company itself. So in the advantages, you have to handle the customer service, more responsibility for fulfillment and returns, and more competition. So this is the difference between 1P and 3P. And remember, it plays a very important role because it can be sometimes complex. If the Amazon is trying to sell it, definitely it is going to sell it at a higher price. So sometimes you might feel cheated. Now, the next is how to identify the right channel in the hybrid selling, which is very important nowadays. So the right channel not only enhances engagement, but also aligns with preferences and behaviors of your prospects, which is very, very. So anybody who can give me a good example on this? Yeah, anyone? Think about it. So very, very important to understand the deep understanding of the customer preferences. That is the objective. Understand what does the younger audience may prefer digital platforms like social media or texting, while the older customers might favor phone calls or face-to-face meetings. True that. Different industries have different categories. For example, healthcare, you would prefer to meet in-person meetings, and you would like to have more trust in that. While if you're a technological person, techie person, you will prefer virtual meetings. You feel that is better. For example, JioMart studied its customer base to identify purchasing patterns in tier 2 and tier 3 companies. So they customize their products catalog to include region-specific staples and offer delivery schedules based on the local routines. This resulted in customer satisfaction and expanded the reach in semi-urban and rural areas. And the classic example these days is Blinkit. Blinkit is selling in Noida. It is also selling in Jalandhar. But Jalandhar, it has different products. For Noida, it has different products, depending on the need. So it's a classic example of this. Now, the most important 6 stages in sale funnels, right? So we're going to do that. So the first one is the awareness stage. How to create brand awareness and attract potential leads. For example, social media, Insta, LinkedIn, Facebook, search engine marketing like Google Ads, blogs and videos. For example, Nykaa uses Insta and YouTube for influencing marketing to showcase new beauty products. For example, if you see, there are times when an actor or an actress comes and showcases the beauty products and their faces and the results of that. So that way they are able to attract customers. Tata Motors, they target Google Ads campaigns, highlighting new vehicle launches, creating awareness and among potential buyers. Then the next stage comes the interest stage. How to engage prospects and generate interest in products or services, which is very important. And that is done through email marketing, interactive webinars, and product videos. For example, Ola Electric hosts webinars or explain feature of its electric scooters, converting curiosity into interest. Now, girls, remember one thing. Whatever you are doing, whatever stage you are in, whatever audience you're trying to attract, whatever things you're planning to negotiate or persuade, remember, know your objective well. And definitely focus on the audience. Be an empathetic listener. Try to understand their points, write down major points, whatever they need, and then try to give them everything. So remember, these days, the audience is very, very smart. So you have to focus on providing them what they need. So your listening skills should be very, very strong. And always keep a notepad with you all. Then comes the consideration stage. How you can build up rapport with them. First of all, eye contact is a must. Make them speak. Let them come forward with their problems, and then you should focus on it. And yes, some people are I would say most of the people are very doubtful whenever they go and buy products. So give them lots and lots of reviews and testimonials. Give them case studies, comparison guides. For example, company like Urban Company, it's a very good app. So it offers customer testimonials. Yes, it goes without saying, and detailed service packages on its websites to help customer compare and choose. Then also move closer. When they're moving towards the purchase, try not to put pressure on them. Be very, very patient. Give them free trials on samples, which is nowadays everyone does that. For example, Zomato send push notifications about limited time discounts. Yes, it does. For example, during the afternoon times, they tell you if you buy this particular thing between 2 o'clock till 5 o'clock, you'll get 50% discounts, and it starts showing all those restaurants. And even if you haven't completed your items in the cart, it keeps sending you those reminders. Yeah, even Myntra does that. And Myntra also has a try and buy feature to bridge that gap between the skeptical customers considering apparel purchases. Amazon, if you're planning to buy a furniture, they tell you, okay, they show you some kind of a camera and tell you, okay, 3D camera, and see whether it fits in your particular room or not. So nowadays, everything is being done to please the audience. Remember, audience is the key. Audience is the king. Then it is to focus on how you can make the transaction process more seamless. Like Amazon India, it provides one-click checkout. Yes, it provides you different payment options, and then it becomes very easy for you to just click onto it, and it goes on to your UPI page. You do that needful, and then your transactions are done. It is very easy. Then Maruti Suzuki, it allows customers to book cars online with transparent payment terms and test drive schedulings. Then it also, yes, loyalty and advocacy stage plays a very important role. For example, there's a very big restaurant out here, Bercos, Bercos. That's a Chinese restaurant. I'm just giving you one example apart from these examples. So they also offer online, and you can go out there and have your meal physically. Supposedly you're ordering online. They have a very good loyalty app on your WhatsApp. The number of times you order online, they'll give you those loyalty points, which you can redeem if you go there and have physically. I've done that. Then it is also Swiggy. It offers you super loyalty program that offers free deliveries to retain customers. Nowadays, this also started off with, which is that one black Swiggy kind of a thing. If you give at least 30 or 40 rupees for 3 months, you will be able to get faster deliveries. So they are trying to retain you people in a big way. Competition is intense. Yes, so it is very important to focus on how to keep your data together to choose the effective channels. For example, CRM data is used, analyze CRM data to see which particular channels lead to highest engagement and conversion rates, right? Then A and B testings, customer feedback. So these three plays a very, very important matrix. Yeah. For example, flexibility and channel switching is also very important. So guys, I will explain this together. So leveraging data to choose effective channels, which include CRM data, A and B testing, and customer feedback. All these three things play a very important role. Sometimes a mail would be more effective. Sometimes a phone call may be more effective. So they keep having these data with them. Flexibility is very important. Yes, until and unless we people are not flexible, I'll give you a small example. The tallest tree, if it's standing absolutely like this, if a wind gush, it will break. If the small tree is pliant, it will keep flexing it according to the wind direction. So it is very important to be flexible. So here, the customer's request is the most important. It can indicate a preference for a different channel from email to phone call. Sales stage, if they're closer to the purchase decision, it might be necessary to switch from digital channels to more personal. And sometimes you do have technical constraints like poor network connectivity, and sometimes you have to switch from a video call to a phone call. For example, Policy Bazaar. It chats to phone call switching. Situation, users generally engage via website to explore insurance plans, which we generally do. And when a user shows buying intent that it wants to buy, it has an option of to speak to a live advisor. This leads to higher conversion due to human reassurance at a decision state. Similarly, HDFC Bank. HDFC begins onboarding or a product which is with emails or wealth management services. If the customer is interested, a relationship manager will definitely offer a scheduled video call. So because of that, the personalized service builds trust and improves sign-up rates for investment products. Now, it is very important to focus on, I'll give you one more example for this particular thing. I'll give you one example for this. So for this, I'll give you a very good example called Swiggy. They use CRM-driven channel optimization. That means tool which they use is CRM. So guys, if you're good in sales, you have to be very good technically also, because there's so many software systems which you need to use it these days. Because the database is so much, you cannot do everything manually. So tools can be like CRM plus A and B testing. Strategy is Swiggy analyzes CRM data, that is customer resource management data, to determine user preferences. For example, some users respond better to push notifications and some to email offers. So during IPL campaigns, Swiggy tested push notifications versus in-app banners for promotional codes. What was the outcome? The push notification had higher CTR among frequent users, while email worked better for reactivating dormant users. So strategy is always adjusted accordingly. Is it clear now? The leveraging data to choose effective channels, girls? Hello. Yeah. Thank you for that. Just keep saying yes, no, so it will be clearer to me, right? And next is aligning the channels with resources and capabilities. Yes. Sometimes the sales team has to be very, very trained. For example, video pitching requires good presentation skills and familiarity with the video conferencing tools. On the other hand, invest in necessary tools and platforms to support the channels you intend to use. For example, CRM systems, email automation software, or video conferencing tools. So remember, organization has to be very, very particular on using the resources up to the optimum. It should not be like, I don't have that resource. They should be good. They should have a plan A and a plan B always ready. For example, Apple channels includes its online stores, physical retail stores, and authorized resellers and third-party online platforms like Amazon. So they have three kinds of stores: retail stores, where they align its resources such as product experts and retail staff, especially for brick and mortar stores, which is the physical stores. They ensure high quality customer service and support through that. It is equipped with specialized resources like the Genius Bar, which provides technical support and repairs. Online stores are also there, which is aligned with Apple's advanced e-commerce capabilities that include seamless integration with Apple's ecosystem to purchase products, schedule in-store appointments, and get tech support whenever there is a need, especially through chat or video calls. Then we also have authorized resellers. Apple partners with authorized resellers to expand reach, where resellers benefit from training, marketing support, and access to Apple's product supply chain. So this is how Apple works. You have to be very specific, keeping in mind the audience and all the preferences. Yes, the budget plays a very important role because a company cannot have a hole in the pocket. So what to do? For example, B&B. It has got an ability to scale quickly in new markets, depending heavily on its ability to save time, especially for onboarding hosts and guests. So they offer self-service tools to host to list properties, then help them to automate bookings and set pricing. Because of this, Airbnb has focused on cost-effective marketing and customer acquisition. They believe in word of mouth, definitely, and viral marketing via user-generated content and social media. This approach reduces the need for large-scale traditional advertising campaigns through that and aligns with their budget-conscious strategy. Everybody needs to save money. Nowadays, that is the need of the hour also. Now, what should be your objective? Very important. Consider your audience. Audience is the king. Audience is the hero. Select the right channel through that, and also knows how you want to communicate with them. Your objective should be very clear, and keep testing and measuring it. So now comes the most important point. How will you balance your resource allocation across challenges? First is the objective. Now, every company, every team has to focus on resources and capabilities to manage and optimize each channel. In that, you have to focus on your team expertise, which is essential because your team should be trained. Have you ever been to a Honda showroom? Whenever you go there, you will realize that those people have invested their money and the resources in a very, very good way. They have trained salespeople. They have trained people who will be your buddies and help you to focus on your car in a better way if you're going for servicing. If you're going to see a car, they'll have a separate trained sales professional to guide you through that. Yes, you need to channelize your money and your budget properly. Wherever you get higher rate of interest, focus on that particular channel. And rest, the right tools are very important. For example, CRM systems, email marketing platforms, and video conferencing systems. You have to be updated on that. For example, Nykaa. It uses website, mobile app, social media, in-store. Highest rate of interest from Insta and app conversions. So most budget and talent go into influencer marketing, reels, and app exclusive offers. In store, they use generally for premium luxury cosmetics and brand experience. They invest heavily in automation tools like CRM integration and mobile first features. Because of this, they are able to get efficient growth by doubling down on higher ROI digital channels while maintaining a brand prestige via select offline stores. And trust me, I'm a very, very big fan of Nykaa. And I've seen it having a physical store also in nearby mall next to my house. And I'm also a big fan of their app. They are excellent. And Insta also, whenever I get that ad, I definitely look into it. Yes, the most important is customer mindset, in-person versus remote interactions. Now, these are the two different kind of interactions, which is still very much there in the market. And it all depends what exactly you need. Customer mindset is very important. Some people prefer sales interactions, while others perceive your information and they would want you face-to-face. Perception of trust. Yes, face-to-face interactions are always, always better. the ability to read your body language, maintain eye contact, and have real-time unfiltered conversations creates a more personal connection. And remember, being physically present often reassures customers. For example, there's a company called Avon. It is a completely digitized company. But lately, they've started interacting with the customers in a huge way, especially for the jewelry collection. And jewelry, they definitely show it through the catalogs and through the brochures and their Instagram and Facebook too, through the apps. Nowadays, they've started calling us, see the jewelry, touch it, feel it. So this way, they are trying to create more of trust and credibility on that. Now, most of us, we focus on email communication, quality of a video setup, and responsiveness of your follow-ups. Nowadays, like recently, we went to a physical store to buy a refrigerator. On the same hand, we were looking at Amazon. Nowadays, the people where we went personally to see that refrigerator, they're also following up by calling you up. Most of them also sends you a WhatsApp message. And some of them also sends you email. So nowadays, the interaction with the audience has increased and gone up to a next level. They want the audience is now like grabbing them whenever they come to you to give them the best so that it gets converted. For example, Upgrad. I'm sure you will be aware of Upgrad, which offers you a lot of courses and certifications. It sells online degrees and certifications remotely. They focus on webinars with the university professors. They focus on alumni testimonials and case studies, showcasing real career progress. And they also show credentials from top institutions like IIT, Deakin University, etc. Because of that, they are able to build up trust with the working professionals and students, considering expensive remote learning programs. And it's not a very cheap one, it's an expensive one. Then it is more of emotional engagement. Whenever you're meeting someone face to face, especially those old places where you've been buying stuff with, it becomes more of a relationship building. Like, for example, when you go to your jewelry shops, and if you're going to the jewelry shops again and again, you definitely develop an emotional connection with that particular brand and that shop. So remember that is the in-person emotional touch and connection. That is very important. Also these days, along with the technology know-how. Remote interactions, like what we have with Carrot Lane and Bluestone, those were the ones, they were in the market first times. So they offer a lot of interaction virtually. So they also create a different kind of emotion by, if you have been buying a stuff with them, you want to see it again and again. But they also give an extra mile. If you want to send a video message or you want to send a nice message to your loved ones, you can do it. So remote and in person, both of them have their own kind of emotional touch. It all depends what exactly you need. For example, Tata Motors, that's a hybrid bonus example.
Okay.
Online plus on ground. They let the customers decide.
I'm looking for it. So, and most take it from here only because in the card I can't take it. You have to show something, then I won't be able to. In case if they want to see. I don't think Manish also won't be able to come. He will join online only.
Can you just mute
I
yourself?
replied. I was waiting for you only to write first to Anil, then I can write below that.
So here the best example is online booking plus on-ground depot. So they let the customers configure and book test drives online. Then the sales executives bring the car to your customer's home for a personalized demonstration. Convenience is they have remote engagement plus the tactile value of that in-person's experience. That also builds up trust and speeds up decision process for making the purchases. Yes, decision process is very important. In-person will definitely allow for immediate feedback and on-the-spot decision making by telling you, okay, this particular block is only for this particular time. So if you book it today, you will get that kind of discounts. So the physical presence of a salesperson can sometimes add their sense of urgency. And remote, they often give a customers more space and time. So this can be beneficial for products or services. They require careful consideration. So this will involve a lot of multiple touch points like emails, follow-up calls. It allows the customers to process information at their own space. This can lead to longer sales cycle, but sometimes it is more of thoughtful and informed decisions. Like in-person example is Kalyan Jewelers. So the scenario is your customer visits Kalyan Jewelers store to buy a gold necklace. The sales executive observes the customer reactions to different styles and adjusts recommendations. The customer can touch, try on, and compare products instantly. Objections like too expensive, too heavy are handled right away with alternative suggestions or discounts. Here, the sales staff can often mention limited stocks, ongoing discounts, or wedding season demands. So the emotional pressure is buying jewelry for wedding is often a time-sensitive and emotional time. The personal touch is very important, and live handling of the objections often lead to on-the-spot purchases, especially when supported by mind pressure cues like today only pricing, exclusive design. So this is the advantage of in-person examples. On the other hand, Urban Company, it gives you high value appliance service bookings. A customer is considering whether to book a 2000 air conditioner repair service through Urban Clap's app or website. It reviews technicians' ratings, service breakdowns, and customer reviews. Based on the frequently asked questions and very transparent pricing, the decision is made. So it is more deliberate as the customer is able to compare all the options. So here there is no physical pressure, but they always give you the digital nudges, 3 slots, 20% off, ends in 2 hours, top rated technician in your area. So that is called soft urgency. And the customer feels in control. They feel, oh, they have taken into all these considerations and gone for the booking. So this is the difference between in-person and remote. Then comes adaptability. Yeah, adaptability, as I've been telling you, is very important. There you can adjust your pitch, especially for in-person, and offer customized demonstration, and even alter the environment, for example, the lighting or the setup to suit the customer. Personal engagement, you can adjust your approach based on the customer's reaction. For example, if the customer seems interested in a particular feature, you can dive deeper. Like yesterday when I went to see the fridge, I wanted to know deeper about it. So I went in person to know about it in a better way. And they definitely gave me a lot of ideas. So when I came back and I saw it on Amazon, I had a better idea about that. Scalability of customization is very, very big, but the personal touch is very less. For example, when we offer these AIs and different kind of chatbots for your English training, for example, they still come back to us because they want that personal touch. So remember, remote will offer you less personal touch. They generally allow for the integration of digital tools, for example, AI-driven. True that. Chatbots have become the regular feature in help centers, especially for Swiggy, Zomato, Amazon. Everywhere you will find chatbots. And to even guide you. For example, Godrej Interior is a personalized furniture consultations. It walks into, a customer will walk into a Godrej Interior showroom looking to furnish a bedroom. He will sit down with the client, ask for his lifestyle and usage. And based on the responses, they will sketch out layouts on the spot. And they can also suggest material options. You can touch and feel the fabric. And you can also have a walkthrough of stage furniture arrangements in the showroom. The impact is personal touch, involvement, and trust built through face-to-face interactions. On the other hand, LiveSpace, virtual home design consultations. A home seeker seeks a full interior design service remotely. He is given a virtual walkthrough of past projects via Zoom or Google Meet. It uses 3D modeling software and mood boards in the video call to present the design concepts, sample kits of laminates, finishes, and this is courier to the customer's home. Customers can approve concepts and designs without visiting a showroom. So the impact here is enables clients in different cities with busy schedules to experience personalizations remotely. So this is the difference between in-person and remote. Now it all depends on you how you want to use them. Yes. Cost is very important. In person definitely will give you a lot of costs because you have to travel, the bookings and time investment is always there. Scheduling also, coordinating your logistics. On the other hand, remote selling is generally considered to be cost effective because it reduces your travel and operational expenses. So remote interactions can be scaled more easily. For example, a single salesperson can conduct multiple virtual meetings in a day, whereas in-person meetings would be limited to number of interactions would be less. For example, Infosys report pitches plus on-site final sign-off. So it pursue a strategic IT deal with a European client. It begins with a virtual product walkthrough, solutions, and technical demos. After the senior management will be sent for the final alignment or contract closure on site, especially for a multi-year service with agreements. In that, they're reducing the travel time and early costs. They're using the in-person only when the impact is highest, decision-making cost at stage. Now, also see how it is being used, mix of emotion plus efficiency, understanding the customer mindset versus remote. Asian Paints Home Solutions. The customer want design guidance and track. Definitely they want trust in quality, but also they value digital convenience that will give them a better heads up onto it. So they initiate remote interaction via app or website through book consultation, see color, visualizer. Then it is followed by in-person visit. And the outcome is digital interaction with personal assurance. So this is how Asian Paints work, and their mission and vision is to make the customer happy. So they do everything for the customer. They also customize the paints for the need of the customers. That is so good. Now, the positioning of the hybrid selling is very important. For example, Maruti focuses on affordable mobility with personal touch. So India's trusted car brand, now online and in your neighborhood. It provides test drives, financing help in person, remote. You can book cars online, explore features in a virtual showroom, and get digital finance approvals. Because of that, in person as well as remote, they are both emphasizing on trust and convenience, where the customer can begin the journey with trust. And moreover, Maruti is a big trusting brand.
No, actually, Maruti had one more very unique feature, that is the service stations that they provided.
Yes.
So, whether you go to far off distances or you go to any, remote area, there also you have these service stations.
Yes.
So that is how Maruti, became a big brand because of this feature.
And we have to focus on one thing very clearly, guys, that whenever you buy a product is also followed by how effective the servicing is. So there are two very important points. One is the product and the second one is the service. There are times when we buy a product, we don't get good service. Because of that, this particular product, it faces a lot of issues. So product and service, they have to go hand in hand. One is tangible, one is intangible. Whatever is the selling, but the service has to be together. Is it clear to everyone? That's a very good point, Nisha. That service has to be very, very strong. And it has a major network throughout the country.
Yes. I mean, the main reason for selling, more than any other brand, even though the other brands provided the comfort, but they could not provide this kind of service what Maruti did. That's why it is unique.
And also remember one thing, that when it comes to pricing also, and when you're selling the product, you have to keep in mind the customers. Especially Hyundai, and if you ever heard about this, Nisha, Hyundai and Daewoo, when they came up with this car, Daewoo Matiz and Hyundai Santro. Hyundai was able to catch the audience in a very big way because it understood the Indian audience, whereas Daewoo was a bit stiff and rigid on the pricing. Though their product was very good, but they were not able to cash on that.
Correct.
Yes. So remember, girls, that Mahindra Electric EV product presentation, how you present it, how you communicate, that also shows how effective you are with your audience. Audience ultimately is important. So Mahindra uses its virtual product launch events and online simulators to tell you something about EV features, because that's a new concept. So they have to take it up into a next level. So presentation is very, very important for them. And how important the cost savings is, because Indian audience, they prefer cost saving at a bigger picture. So here they can book test drive online and receive detailed brochures by email. Generally in person, they focus on auto expos and showrooms, where they give guided walkthroughs, light under the hood pictures, and on the spot test drives. So remember, each and every audience is important. If it is a new product, take your to a next level so that the audience feels more comfortable and they trust that particular thing. For example, Nisha, you won't believe it. The other day I went to somebody's house in Delhi, one of my relatives. They're old people, they're in the 80s. They're the first one in the family who have bought an EV vehicle.
Oh, mine.
And
Mine.
I was so happy to see that. They both are in the 80s. They're living alone. Touch wood, they're doing very well. And I saw the first electric car in the family and I was like, wow, they were able to get it. So this should be the mindset. The customer should be able to go for the new things and trust them. Yes. How do you prepare for hybrid selling? This is again a very important point. So here, like for example, a relationship manager should have tablets. They should have pre-installed CRM and product demo apps. The staff should be trained to conduct both video KYC and face-to-face meetings with equal confidence. And yes, your content and your objective should be ready. Pre-recorded videos, personalized financial product text should be available for remote presentation. This will lead to onboarding, consistent service across branches and digital channels faster.
Even the banks do this now, because for the account opening and for this, instead of, you going in person and getting your account activated, they have the entire the kit ready, wherein the person comes from the bank, gets everything done for you at the moment, and your account gets activated.
Like for example, Union Bank of India, they have got a very good app called Vyom. You can go there, have your own, if you're good in that, you can start your own fixed deposit, you can end it, you can do something with your credit card or debit card. It's become very easy with the app also. If you're a tech savvy person, you can do that. So girls, remember, positioning, presenting, and preparing should be your 3P mantras to get the customers towards you. Now, hybrid presentation techniques are very important. For example, dual audience engagement. Somewhere you have remote people sitting next to you and there are people who are in person. So what do? There is a hybrid launch of new office furniture like retailers, media, and B2B customers. They use a host to bridge audiences, repeat key questions for each side aloud. They have digital kits, brochures, specification sheets to remote participants in advance. They also involve both audience in live design feedback using Google and Forms. So because of that, the customers appreciated the equal treatment media coverage, praised the inclusive format. This is for both in-person and remote audiences. Nowadays, people are also doing this in a big way. So this is called hybrid presentation. Now, the technique summary is start your presentation by acknowledging both groups. Yes, be very careful. The impactful words are very important. Do not linger onto the sentences. Make short, impactful sentences with the right word. Like, for example, I'm excited to have some of you here in person and others joining us online. Remember, the distraction span of a human being is just 8.25 seconds. Make sure you are able to grab the audience by the hook from the first line itself. So that first liner hook is very important. Infosys, Client Technology Showcase. How will you start? Good morning, everyone. I'm thrilled to see some of you here with us at Bangalore Innovation Hub, and also warm welcome to our clients joining from all across the country on Zoom. Whether you're here or online, we'll make sure today's session is interactive and valuable for everyone. How will it work? The tone for exclusiveness, keeping both the audience happy. considering them separate identity and not getting them merged. It is very important to focus on the identity of every audience. Now, it should be a seamless transition between mediums. For example, ICICI present is hybrid investor presentation. So here, the presenter is using a laser pointer and printed report for in-person group, and remote viewers can see animated slides with the same data. Switch to live Excel demo. Yes, showing revenue forecast model. Takes question from both in-person mics and Zoom chat, alternating naturally. Because of that, we were able to go from both the mediums seamlessly. Yes, guys, what are the tools which you can use? Number one, live polling and question answers used by Tata Motors. During their hybrid dealer training events, Tata uses live polls to quiz participants on new product features. They also have in-room participants using QR codes to assess the poll. Remote users can click the link in the chat. Results appear live on screen, prompting discussion. So guys, again and again, I'm telling you, be very good in your sales techniques, but be very good in technical side too, because technical tools and techniques are going to be used in a big way in the coming years. So here, the equal participation and instant feedback from both audiences. Very, very important. Now, most of the people, they use, for example, Lenskart, it uses augmented reality, try-ons plus Zoom screen share. So in hybrid B2B pitches to retail partners, Lenskart demonstrated its AR-based virtual try-on tech, which I told you earlier. In-person attendees use tablets to try frames. Remote participant assess the feature via link during the Zoom call. So both the audience could interact with the tech team in real time. So you need to keep both the people happy. Now, visual and audio considerations. For example, TCS. It has dual camera angles. One focused on the speaker, the other one on the audience or whiteboard. They shared screen for slides on Zoom with clear font sizes and contrast for remote readability. Boundary microphones installed to capture audience questions. Speaker uses a clip-on mic connected to a central system with Zoom audio feed. Because of that, remote clients can see speaker movements and hear all discussions clearly. So guys, this is how you can concentrate on visual and audio quality to get what the client needs. Now, Asian Paints uses, I'm a great fan of Asian Paints. I love the way they do it. So that is why their example is always number one. So multicam setup, one on the stage, one on the product showcase, and one on audience facing. So virtual audience gets split screen views via YouTube live. Audio, it fixes, balances background music, presenter voice, and guest question answers for clarity, all devices. Because of that, the online viewers, they feel immersed in the physical event through that. Now, guys, things which you have to consider. Camera setup, it should have multiple angles or auto tracking cameras. Use larger fonts or high contrast but fewer words on your slides. Microphone setup, combine clip-on and handheld mics with room mics. Audio balancing, use mixers for clear, even audios. Lighting, soft diffuse lighting for speakers. Ensure real-time sync with high resolution. Guys, I hope you have taken the screenshots of the slides. Next, personal follow-up is a must. Till the time you don't do that, you will not be able to get certain queries from the audience, and you will also have to address any unanswered questions. For example, Nykaa, and after the hybrid consultations, it sends a personalized email with a curated list of recommended products discussed during the session. It includes product links, usage tips, and a limited time discount. Because of this, it builds trust, encourages purchase by reminding the customer of the unique needs. HDFC hybrid policy discussion. They believe in following up with a WhatsApp voice note summarizing the policy options discussed. They also send customized PDF for quotes and video links. This works because of the personal touch for the convenience. higher conversion for high involvement products. Personalization always is very important. It reflects genuine care and addresses specific objections. And girls, hybrid. Hybrid reaches out to people in a very big way, and this is how we can interact. So guys, you all are like, I'll give you an analogy for this. So I was the one who was frying fritters, that is pakoras, if anybody knows that. And you are all those paper, oil absorbing paper, absorbing the fritters. So I'll give you 2 minutes to think of what all you have gone through, and then I will ready for the question answers.
If you have any questions, please raise your hand so we can take them one by one.
Hi Swati, good evening. Good to see you back. Yes, Meera, Nisha, Kirti. Hi Swati, how are you?
Good evening, ma'am. How are you? I'm doing good.
Good. So nice to see you back.
I am also, ma'am.
She was actually in another session. She finished that and then joined this one.
Hi, it's been long we haven't met. Good to see
Yes,
you,
ma'am.
Swati. Good to see you. Yes. So
Okay.
girls, any
There are-
doubts? Nisha, Meera, Kirti, Espita, most of them left. Varsha?
Yeah, some have left. It's 4:30.
Uh-huh.
Actually, yeah, go ahead, Ipshita.
Ipshita, sorry. Ipshita, any doubts?
Not doubt, but I wanted to understand, like the examples that you provided all are like more of a B2C kind of product, not B2B. So if I have to implement this knowledge in a B2B setup, like I work in a company where they provide services
Huh.
to other companies. So then how will I implement this knowledge there?
So there's a very interesting question, Ipshita. The final thing is what the audience needs. If supposedly the audience needs a particular kind of, maybe, what do you do, Ipshita? What kind of products do you,
Yeah,
what
so
is-
we are not a product company, we are a service company.
so what
So
kind
you
of
can-
services?
For product companies, SaaS-based product companies, they will have a lot of customization once they onboard with the client. So initially we start with working on those customizations so the core team can focus on the product itself. And then slowly, as the successful engagement happens, we also start working in the core platform as well. But his
So-
main motto is professional services, that we take care of the customization, you do your core product.
So Ipshita, it is somewhat like, everything, whatever I've said, it has to be all mixed up with the audience. There will be a lot of, since you're selling those services, there will be a time when they would be wanting to test it also, depending on the customer. There will be customers who wanted to need more information on it. There will be people who would be wanting more of personal touch. There might be people who would be having remote touch. So ultimately, Ipshita, whatever things I've discussed with you, it can be definitely be used in that particular domain also, depending on the need of the customers. As I've been saying from the moment I started off this session, that audience is important, their consideration is important. Based on that, whatever the need, yes, you have to focus on the testimonials. Yes, you have to focus on the customer needs. Yes, you have to give them some kind of demo what they need. So all these things would be used in a big way, depending on what they need. But you should know the specifications there, what kind of meetings do they want, what kind of requirements do they want. So that will be needed, and you have to focus on the empathetic listening and planning and giving it across.
So sometimes they don't talk about the pain points in the first 3-4 meetings also. They try to avoid that.
So that is something which is needed. So you need to be a little upfront on that. That supposedly you need this particular thing. There will be a lot of, so you have to give them the pros and cons. Like, for example, when we are starting our sessions, mostly in other places also, like today also, when I said, turn on your cameras, what was the need of that? To see your body language, the way you interact, so that I can also give you a little bit of feedback on it. So yes, this is something which is needed, Ipshita. You have to be a little upfront and assertive on that. If I don't get the required information, I will not be able to tailor-make that.
Okay.
Yeah, that is something which you have to do. Here, you have to be very assertive with a proper tone, your impactful words and good phrases. You can
Okay.
also tell them, for example, this particular thing happened, that they were not able to provide the correct information. That particular product was not able to be taken into, they did not do its work. It was not optimized well. So you can come forward with that. Like, for example, when you have these Sony, I'm just giving you one example of a product. For example, Sony television systems, right? When you generally put it with your television. So they tell us to further optimize it, you should do it like this. The television should be in this particular place. So they also come forward and tell you. So you also, Ipshita, have to take that step and tell them, okay, if you don't tell me what exactly you need, there will be a lacuna in that particular software. So do give us that, allow me that kind of need so that I can work on it. So your phrases, your eye contact, you should be able to connect with the customer in that ways.
Okay. Okay, understood. Thanks.
No worries, Imshita. And how was the session, girls? And this is, yes. Nisha?
Yeah, for me, because I'm just new, I'm very new in the sales and marketing. So me, a lot of new terms to learn for me.
I hope you understood everything.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Nisha, Meera, Kirti?
I feel that definitely it was insightful. More things to learn as you interact. It refreshes your mind. So, being into this profession and my education also based in this line only. So most of the things I have known, but hybrid selling as a concept, it was new to me. It
So
was
for-
not like that is a known thing. I mean, I knew what it is in definition, but in detail, I wasn't aware. So it gave me an insight. Plus, it also brought back old learning that happened. Like it fades away when you start staying in the industry. Then the education that you get, it seem to fade away a little bit. So when we are into these interactive sessions, it again brings back memories of that education. So I'm glad, it really helped me in that.
I'm glad, Nisha, it helped you relive your memories.
Yeah,
It would
true.
have been lovely if you would have turned on your camera and just spoken. See, audience. Audience need that. See,
I-
in person also, even virtual also, we need to see face to face. So remember that.
That's true, but actually, I was with my daughter, so I was talking to you. I was also, she comes from school at this time, so
Yeah.
I have to, I mean, she has her own schedule, so that also I need to,
I
move
agree. But
around.
now remember how sales
Yeah.
interactions is always very important, Nisha. That's the good. Yes. Meera, I hope it was clear, everything. Meera, Meena and Kirti.
Yes, yes, I learned a lot about hybrid selling techniques today. We have been using kind of hybrid selling techniques a little bit in our business, but yes, I learned a lot more things today. I need to go back and apply.
I'm glad, Meera. But it would be nice face to face. For the next session, everyone, it's a kind request. Please turn on your cameras. It will be more of a seamless transition between in person as well as hybrid. That is a classic example.
Thank you.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
I'm not in office, then of course I can. But if I'm in office, it's difficult for me.
Yes, Ipshita, we would love to see you. I love your voice. Maybe I want to see you also.
Thank you.
Yes, Kirti, I hope you got everything cleared. Kirti. I believe she's busy. Yes, over to you, Varsha. Thank you.
Thank you. I think that was pretty exhaustive coverage of the topic. I don't think anybody could have added anything more. Thank you so much, Kamal. I think you've touched upon all the topics, and if 4 of the participants have still stayed on, we should commend them as well, because they are true participants who want to really work on this skill, I suppose. So thank you, Kamal, thank you all the participants, and we will see you in the next one, which is Wednesday,
Yeah.
with another topic. Yeah.
So the
Same.
topic is, please, Varsha, just 1 minute. The homework would be, which you can put it also, Varsha, if you have a chat. Tell me something about a tangible and intangible products and how it is important. So that is the question, tangible and intangible products, and what exactly is the meaning? And give me lots and lots of examples for that.
Could you please repeat one more time? Tangible?
Tangible and intangible products
What are tangible and intangible products?
with real-time examples.
Okay.
Yes. So this is what I need from you all. Is it clear, girls?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
All right.
I'll just leave it in the chat box.
Yeah. And if you even, should I leave it?
I'll do it. I'm almost.
And even if you have some app or group and all, we can work on that.
Yeah. Okay. I will post this in the group as well. So let's see. Okay. Thank you so much, Kamal. And thank you, Nisha,
Thank you.
Kirti,
Thanks a lot.
and Veera. We'll see you next one. Thanks.
Bye. God.
Bye. Bye.